So, welcome back to Politics and Metal with Josh. I just have something kind of quick I want to talk about. Thank you guys so much for your views and for your comments. Even if we disagree, I'm glad we can have these conversations. So, I posted it onto my Facebook. I had a couple different responses. Had one guy who basically told me I was a bad person because I'm white and straight and male. You know, the normal. He also called me a racist multiple times. Let's see. But I had a nice conversation with a friend who disagreed with me completely, but we had a nice conversation about it. She said that we were talking about how we were just talking about all kinds of different social issues, but we had started talking about. I said that I was angry a lot of times with Black Lives Matter because of the way that their leaders represented themselves, and she said, like I've said before, every movement has radical idealists that don't represent the whole. So we're just going to break that down really quick. Every movement has radical idealists. True. That don't represent the whole. Also true. She said, I don't equate ISIS to Islam, just like I don't equate the Westboro Baptist Church to Christianity, just like I don't equate Eldridge Cleaver, who was crazy, the civil rights movement, just like I don't equate that crazy lady bitching on her Lyft driver to feminism. But nonetheless, they're still pieces of the culture. I completely agree. Yeah, exactly. I don't equate any of those either. My problem with Black Lives Matter is the way that their leaders have presented themselves. My problem with Islam is the fact that the people in charge and the leaders and all of the people, the large amount of people who believe that homosexuality is a sin, that people should be thrown off of rooftops. It's just frustrating. I think it's frustrating when I disagree with something, but I think she made a really good point that, the whole not all statement. One thing that we should be focusing on is that you have to realize that the loudest voices are always gonna be the loudest. They're the ones that are going to be noticed by most people. So if you're not in the movement of Black Lives Matter, but yet you see a lot of different people on Twitter and on Facebook supporting the people who killed those cops, they're going to equate that with Black Lives Matter. If you're a Muslim and you see ISIS Muslim terrorists who are yelling Allahu Akbar as they kill people, you have to realize that people are going to associate that with Islam. If you see that the Westboro Baptist Church is protesting gay weddings, you're going to have to say that actually they don't even protest gay weddings, they protest funerals because they think that soldiers are standing up for the gay people. They're nuts. You're going to have to realize that you might be compared to them just because you're a Christian. And if you consider yourself a feminist, you might be compared to the crazy lady who bitched at her Lyft driver. That's just how it is. The point is, you have to be willing to realize that the loudest voices will always be heard. The loudest and craziest voices will always be the one that people are going to recognize. So, my point from all this is, I realize that my voice is not the loudest. There are a lot of people on YouTube that I agree with. There's a lot of people I disagree with. The people that I agree with, all of them have faced the same thing. You're going to get called a racist. You're going to get called a misogynist and a homophobe. That's okay. I think that we all have to realize that who we associate with is whether or not we like it or not, the negative parts of that subculture are always going to be part of it. I listen to metal. A lot of metal is very violent and it's very angry, and so people associate that with anger and violence. Does that mean every person who listens to metal is an angry, violent asshole? No, that's not true at all. Just like not all people who support Black Lives Matter support people killing cops, or not all Muslims believe that Islamist is a good thing, that being a radical Muslim or a terrorist is a good thing. Just be prepared to fight that stereotype. Be prepared to have your ideas challenged. Be prepared for people to be skeptics. That's how the world works. All I'm saying is, no, those do not represent the whole, but they are the loudest voices out there, and we have to be willing to fight them. I'm not fighting Muslims. I'm not fighting the people who follow Black Lives Matter. I'm fighting their ideas. And if we want this country to continue, we need to continue doing that. thank you guys for watching so much. If you guys have any questions, please put them in the comments below. I'll try to respond to as many as possible. Also, remember to like, share, subscribe, do what you do, and remember, guys, stay safe out there.